a SWOT analysis of your partner. What
Thank
are your
you.
strengths? What can I take from
Yes,
you? What can I
yes,
pick
yes,
up? You know,
yes,
what can I gain? Be humble
yes.
to know that you don't know everything.
Absolutely.
You can learn from your partner. You
Absolutely.
can pick up things from your partner. It's what you celebrate that will grow, and what you
Absolutely.
celebrate that you would also experience in your life. You know, it's the grace that you celebrate that you'd experience.
Yes.
You know, so and learn from your partner. Not
absolutely.
Don't think because you're sleeping with your partner it's not sexually transmitted. Success isn't sexually transmitted.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yes. So that's and don't be too familiar. Sit the person down and say, hey, in this moment, I would actually want you to be my teacher. Okay, so this moment, don't pay me, don't touch my mom. Don't. Let's stay focused.
Hey guys, welcome to another amazing episode of Transparent with. You have to just let me do my intro properly.
Sorry. Let's start again.
She has to show herself. Obviously with Toyosi Etim-Effiong.
Let's start.
Start one.
We're not starting from the beginning. The thing has not kicked in. The vitamin.
Do the intro now.
No, I'm not doing it. The thing was standing like this.
Hi guys, and welcome to another sizzling episode of Transparent with Toyosi Etim-Effiong and Daniel Etim Effiong. On today's episode, we are talking about evolution in relationships and how you take your relationship from one level to another.
Is that really the direction? Evolution? So I think it's about how you evolve as a person in the relationship. That's how I see the topic. How you evolve as a person in the relationship and how you work and walk with your partner through your partner's evolution. From struggling actor, maybe, to A-lister. How do you handle that? From TV personality to business mogul.
To media mogul.
How do you handle that? Because some of the things that cause like challenges in relationships is just people not growing with their partners or not understanding that their partners have grown. They expect to meet them where they met them. They expect them to stay where they met them, more like. And that just causes friction sometimes because now you're not understanding. And I remember something interesting that happened with one of my friends. She's in the industry and she's an A-lister, I would say now. And she... so we're together when she got the first audition call. Have I told you this thing? We're together when she got the first audition call back. Is that... How do you... audition, yes, first call back, and then she got the role for this show that turned out to be like a huge show.
Career-defining moment.
A career-defining moment, thank you. And so 1 minute we're together, she's talking about, oh, I went for this audition. Next, we're at camp, NYSC camp, and we're at different states. We're in different states, and she calls me and says, oh my God, these guys called me back and...
I got the role.
And so the conversation is now around, do I finish NYSC? Do I leave NYSC? All of that. And do I redeploy to Lagos? Because that's where the set is, all of that. Anyway, so we had that conversation. And then she got on the job. I think there was some time between, so she was able to finish NYSC. And I finished my NYSC and I came back to Lagos. And we were at the Palms. The Palms had just opened. Had it just opened? Anyway, the Palms was still relatively new. And we were there. I think we were going to see a movie, all of that. And people walked up to her and were like, oh my God, can I get a picture? I'm like, what? And so I remember there with the people there saying, like they want your picture. Or something like that. And she gave me the look like, what are you doing? So I was like, oh, okay. But it was in that moment that I realized, this person is not the person I left before going for NYSC. Like she's a different person. People are literally asking for pictures with her. And so I know that was not a relationship, but I'm just bringing it to relationships, how people may tend to not see their partner growing or becoming more successful, more enlightened,
and you know
more.
what's interesting, that it happens in friendships, it even happens in
parents
and offspring relationships, you know, that you see your child that you carried for 9 months and you gave birth to, and suddenly becomes this person and is working and fending for him, his or herself, and you know, it's a totally different person, and you can't relate because you're still stuck on the child.
Absolutely.
You know, and it does happen with spouses as well, that your spouse can change overnight, like right before your eyes. And if you don't catch up, you might end up being shocked, resentful. You know, and it's something that you have to deal with.
Yes. And so I think both parties have to adjust. The grow, in fact, both, let's assume that one party is growing more. So in terms of maybe stardom or fame or all of that, right? The other party has to adjust. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the easiest way to put the solution. The other party has to adjust to that this person is not that person anymore. But that person also has a responsibility, I believe. And let's focus on marriage, because friendship is a different ball game. 20 friends cannot play together. 20 children cannot play together for 20 years. Hey, oh my God. 20. 20 children cannot play together for 20 years.
But does the song have anything to do with that saying?
Negative.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so that song has to do with 3 friends, and then one said they will do this, the other said they will do that, all of that.
My goodness, wrong reference. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but it's okay. You're married to your man. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think in a marriage, it's also the other person's responsibility to just ensure that the partner is fine, that the partner is coping well, and there just has to be communication, right? And in your opinion, who should bring up that conversation? So say I feel like some of the conversations we have on this show are just like weird and different, and there's no
I think the ground rule here.
What's the word? There's no, I need the word.
Yardstick? No.
Something like that.
Reference?
Yes, no reference,
You're
no
right.
Precedent, no precedence, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're having like just new conversation. But who should bring up the conversation? The star or the star supporter? And say the star is the woman, because let's not even say, oh, it's the guy, and then the woman is no. It's the woman
who's the star,
who has become
and the guy
this,
has to play
and the
catch
guy
up.
Is he playing catch up, or he's living his own life? But who has to have that conversation? Like, hey, I know now that my life has changed a bit. I'm more sought after right now, and I just want to find out: are you okay? How are you mentally? How is this transition or change in my life affecting you? Or is it the one below that would say, hey, not below, but the other one that would say, hey, I see that you're both aware that your life is changing right now. Can we talk about it? Sort of. What do you think?
So I think if the communication lines are constantly open, it happens organically. If you're constantly talking, constantly engaging, if you're intimate, if it's a healthy relationship, these things come up of their own accord. So it's organic. Before you even get there, you're like, babes, things are happening, man. I'm really excited. You're like, really? Gist me. How's it happening? Ooh, how's the audition? Ooh, you're getting it. You got it great. And then you're almost people are taking pictures. Easy. And it happens, yes, it happens organically. I'm telling you, for healthy relationships, it happens. You see the person and because you're so involved in this person's life, you see the person literally changing before your eyes. And I'll tell you, I've seen watched you grow, like literally. I'm watching you having meetings. I'm watching you, employing people. I'm watching you, and I'm just like so excited about it. I cannot be found or caught napping and say, oh my God, you've become this person and you become, because we are constantly in communication, except by some odd happenstance. There is some kind of shift in the energy that we currently have. And I sleep and I wake up and I'm like, ooh, okay,
What happened?
Why are you this person all of a sudden?
Right.
You know, there's no room. We don't have room for that because there's intimacy and there's that constant flow of like thought and energy and above all, because we are kind people, I think if you're kind, yes, I think if you're kind, then it's not a matter of who says what to who, because you're in touch with the person's feelings, you're concerned, you're in tune with this person. So there's no great reveal or great submission, like, oh, I submit to you now that you've attained this height of achievement. No, like you're feeling the pulse of this person. You're going with the person into this new phase of life.
Can you grow differently? Can you be growing? Me be growing?
Absolutely.
How do couples balance that? How can couples
how have we managed it? How have we managed our growth?
Honestly, yeah, please tell me.
So I'll be honest to say that there were times when I would be like, okay, I'll tell you this, that sometimes you get really into work, really busy, that I suffer. Right? There are other times that I also get really into work that you suffer. You've pointed it out a couple of times. Oh, when you were shooting your big project, that you just come and sleep. Next thing you're up, you were never really present.
Missed that birthday.
Yeah. I missed an important date in your life.
My family.
And you were just like not having it, and it was so problematic for us.
Was that? Sometimes I know your recollection of stuff.
Really? How?
Yeah, because I said
me have the last of it.
Okay, but I remember saying that it had to be an immediate decision, not to just hold on to it, because that's how strongholds are formed, right? You just hold on to this offense and it becomes this thing in your heart, and then so I remember saying to you, like, I had to forgive immediately. That incident of you being on set, you working on your own film and not being available for this event, I had to release it quickly. In fact, immediately, so that it doesn't become a thing, right? So, I mean, did I still bring it up? Yes, I did bring it up, but it was not like from an unforgiving place or all of that. But I did realize, yes,
it was from a place of hurt when it
hurt is not unforgiveness now. Hurt and unforgiveness, are they the same? I can be upset, but like I'm dealing with it. I'm not angry. How do I put this now? I'm hurt, but I'm not upset. Right? I'm hurt, but I'm not upset. Yes. And I remember being accommodative of that because it was a growth project for you. It was your directorial debut for your movie, like for a movie. And I was like, okay, this is important to us as a family. It's important to me. It's important to the children. It's important to our generation, right? That daddy is finally making his own first films. Not like he's done other stuff, but this is like feature length action. This is me teasing you guys. Yeah, too much sweet. But yes, all of that, right? So I had to just deal with it and understand. But that's like really what we're talking about. You growing and my response to that growth. Yeah. And in that moment, with that incident, I chose forgiveness and quick forgiveness.
And it's easy to say, you support your spouse,
until
we are supported until it doesn't align with your own, your own agenda and things, and you have to come out of your own, like your own, what's the word now? Your own lane to support this person, until you're required to be selfless.
Yes.
And invest in this person, in your spouse's life selflessly. that's where the challenge
Yeah,
is, you know.
yeah.
And I think it's the calling of every marriage to die to self.
Yes.
You know, I think it's a death to self to support the agenda in this person's life and grow this person, right? Also, it happens, and sometimes you take turns. So sometimes you say, and there are some times that I suffer for her. And sometimes she suffers for me. There are sometimes, you know, when this person is in their season, you see that this person is moving.
The thing is moving. Hey.
It's not a time to say, yeah, what about me? But me too, I have my needs.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
you know, no, like it's, you know, it's time to tighten
Let's
yourself
go.
up and support, put all the energy into your spouse.
Yes.
You know, when it's your own turn, you know, it's time to, and you don't need
it's
anyone to tell you. It's about seasons. Your spouse is in her fly season, her flight time. Support, you know, and then watch her grow and watch her blossom. Your own season is going to come, and then all the energy focuses on you.
And then sometimes it happens at the same time.
Right.
And that's where we have to now be intentional about communication. Like, hey, can you see what's happening? Because you may be into your own world a lot, that you're not seeing what is happening here. So we're calling our attention to each other's activities and actions and all of that.
And that's where you need to put structures in place. How do we manage this? You know, we are both not at home at the same time. We are both having events. Whose event are we attending first? And what are we doing? Are we going to separate events?
Yes.
You know, and what you've been doing a lot of for me is, and I love that about you, is you cover for me. She's in a lot of spaces that I'm not able to be in because of work, and she just shows up for me, and she's like, oh, he's fine. He's working right now, but I'm here, and I'm just it
happened at the last event.
I'm so happy. And it almost looks like right now that you're getting a lot of spotlight, right? Because I'm toiling, quote unquote, because I'm working a lot these days, and I don't have time for events and stuff. So, and you're doing a lot of events and stuff. Sometimes it switches. And I'm the one doing the events and stuff, and you're grinding somewhere, you know. So it's to understand this season, these moments, and to take advantage of it.
Yes, and when your partner's career is improving, right? And we have talked about this so many times, and I'm just very thankful again for where we are and just how we've grown and how God has helped us. When you see that your partner's career is improving, I think it's also time for a self-check. I think it's also time to sit and think, things are happening. Do you understand? Do you want to wake up? Do you get like, okay, Toyosi, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? See your partner. And it's not from a place of envy or anger or competition, but it's like, it's that thing of you are what's that thing called? The average of the 5 people around you, right? If 4 of your friends are writers, you will start writing. I remember when everybody around me was preaching, was a minister, and I thought, yes, I'm going to be a minister of the gospel, I'm going to be on the pulpit, all of that, until I had Holy Spirit knock sense into my head, like, yes, you can preach, but you're not fully called to the pulpit. Anyway, I digress. But if you're around someone who is doing amazing things and you spend a lot of time around the person, it calls onto something in you. It's like they're deep calling onto your deep, like their growth calling onto your growth. It's
awakening
like
something,
watering something, a seed, a plant that had been withering, and you're seeing somebody living out their dreams, especially when the person is happy. Daniel, you used to be so exhausted, but you used to be so satisfied. Like with Seth, when you were filming The Herd, you will come back home and you will be tired, but you would look just happy, and you are going through the scenes and the what's that thing called? The shots, the
shot list, or the storyboard,
the shot list for the following day, and there was just like I'm happy doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and it did something to me as well. It was like, okay, Toyosi, you know what? Oh yeah, what's your own path? You know, what's your own?
So it inspires you.
It inspires. It really does inspire. And so instead of resentment, instead of envy, choose to be inspired in that moment. Choose to actually this my partner is doing amazing, my wife is doing amazing things, so I let me wake up, I will not be caught sleeping, and it's just that friendly competition, like friendly growth. I remember when we're talking about investment and we're like, okay, but in December we're going to check whose investment has done better. Do you understand?
Mhm,
Not
mhm.
somebody is investing and then you're there like, now wow, so he even has money. Meanwhile, I'm asking for money, or so she even has money and I'm asking for money and all of that. No, it's light the fire. That fire should light the fire within you. I think that's the mindset that couples should have when they see their partner really doing better, or growing, doing much better at life and all of that. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your growth. I cannot wait for your movie to come out. Ay, 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 ay.
Just to circle back to that moment where we had the viral moment on social media,
Which
when
one?
you had said that you had this moment where you had come to me to say,
This is the second time you're bringing this up. Was it the first? Well, yeah.
I was going to say that, when you get married to someone, your goal in that person's life is to help the person become the best version of himself or herself, right? You're in that person's life to to trigger growth. You're in that person's life to enable growth, to enable an environment. I'll give Adam as an example. God gave Adam a task to tend to the garden, and one of his first gardens, or one of his first project was Eve. Tend to this person that I've given to you. And if it's often like that with our spouses, when that person almost becomes a project, and you're like, I'm in your life for this assignment, and the assignment is to make sure you fulfill your destiny. So I'm here to help you, to push you to. So when I see you blossoming, and when I see you fulfilling destiny or fulfilling purpose, I'm excited for that. And
Yes.
it's also a reminder to me, or a call to me to also make sure I don't drop my own ball in my own life, because I see all the great things you're doing, and I'm like, okay, she's
like we're moving.
yes, we're moving,
Yes,
we're moving forward. Oh yeah, so you two, get on your own too and go. So it's really exciting, and for us right now in our lives, it's a really exciting time.
It is.
There's a
It
lot
is. It
happening. We're both
is.
challenging
It
ourselves,
is.
and we're pushing ourselves forward.
Yes, yes. And I've gone from just baby number one, post baby number one, being down, depressed, what's happening to my life, my career, to thankfully post baby number three. And it's like, we move, hello, baby, okay, see you soon, sort of thing. And we move, like we're still getting work done.
How do you pick up yourself from, say, for example, you're the spouse that is on the low? How do you pick up yourself?
So that's what I try to just touch on. Choose to be inspired. Choose to be inspired by your partner, especially if you know your partner is coming from nothing, or coming from being very little, to where the person is now. Choose to be inspired. Like, if this person that I'm sleeping in the same bed with, eating with, taking a shower with, doing life with, is actually improving themselves, then I have no excuse. We have the same resources available to us available to us. We have the same, what is it? We're drinking from the same water, right? We have the same values. I can learn a thing or two from this person. So choose to be inspired instead of being down in the dumps. Look at your partner, be it your wife, and say, I'm so proud of you, man. See, oh yeah, I'm going back to school, or I am starting this business again. I know that I tried earlier and it failed, but I'm going to try this business again. I'm going to push. In fact, I need your advice, Come and advise me. Yes. How should I do this? How should I do that? So choose to be inspired first. I think that's the first thing. Not the resentment, not the envy. all of that. And I'll tell you about someone who I had a chat with recently, but go on.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and it's what you celebrate that will grow, and what you celebrate that
Absolutely.
you would also experience in your life. You know, it's the
Absolutely.
grace that you celebrate that you'd experience. You know,
Yes.
so if you see something in your partner's life and you love it and it's encouraging to you, celebrate it.
Yes. And also have conversations about it, right? Ask, what happened? Like, how did you become this person?
Don't let familiarity slip
Don't let
in, right?
familiarity,
Yes.
honestly, don't let
Yes.
familiarity
Yes.
slip in.
Yes, so good.
Because there's a lesson to be learned
Yes.
there. We
Yes.
are there to complete each other. So if there's a gap in your life, the chances of that gap being filled by something in your partner's life, very high.
And learn
Very
from your
high.
partner. Not
Absolutely.
Don't think because you're sleeping with your partner,
Yes.
it's not
Isn't it-
sexually
isn't that you-
transmitted. Success. Success isn't sexually transmitted.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yes. So that's that. And don't be too familiar. Sit the person down and say, hey, in this moment, I would actually want you to be my teacher. Okay. So this moment, don't pay me. Don't touch my bum. Don't. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused in this moment.
Did you say don't touch my bum bum?
Let's stay focused in this moment. Tell me what changed? What did you learn? What happened? And the person may not even know. So it's also a call to the person to think and say, I used to be here, but now I'm higher. Did I do anything? What happened? And from the answers, you can even now plot a system that is now replicable. Something that you will teach your children.
Partner.
Thank you.
Do a SWOT analysis of your partner. What are your strengths? What can I take from you? What can I pick up? You know, what can I gain? Be humble to know that you don't know everything.
Absolutely.
You can learn from your partner. You can pick up things from your partner.
And what just occurred to me is your children will not have to spend as much time trying to figure things out when they have your blueprint.
Yes.
So we should also be writing. We talk about journaling a lot, right? Like just write things down. So I was here, take stock. I was here, now I'm here. What did I do between here and here? Meditate, think about it, reflect, and then write it down. And you'll be surprised. That's something you'll be able to show your children. Like, okay, you're here now. This is what I did. This is what daddy did. This one together. Let's try it. And you'll see results in your kids. And this is how genius parents tend to have genius kids. I think they pass on something and I've been following some pages lately on social media, things like what the wealthy teach their children that regular people don't teach their children. Even a book like Rich Dad Poor Dad and the Cash Flow Quadrant and just different things. And you see that it's from the parents. You are the one that can actually just almost like plot the graph of your children's lives and ensure that they're successful. It is in what you're doing. I like how you're looking at me like this. You're spitting out thing. Okay. Anyway, yeah. It is in what you are doing.
Are you gassing yourself?
I'm gassing myself up.
Love it.
That's something I do well.
Love it.
Yes.
You're so beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you look so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I just gas you up a bit? Like, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I can even add, like, I had a beautiful, understanding partner in your father. So also look out for this trait in whoever comes to meet you. If any man comes to meet you and is already intimidated by you or is intimidated by whatever it is you have accomplished, be careful. Okay, so that I'm talking about just taking stock of how did I go from point A to point B, and yeah.
You were going to mention something about a friend that you said.
Yes, I spoke to a friend a while back. Her husband had done something in the creative space and had just like sort of blown, you know. And anytime I see that happen around anybody around me or happen to anybody around me, I immediately think of the spouse. Even if it is the wife, I think of the husband, like, I hope this person is fine because I know my own struggles. I know what I went through. So I'm thinking of the person. And so I saw this person at an event and I was just like, hey, how are you? Hey. And I said, God has to help me because I always ask those hard questions. Then I will say, leave people alone. tends to leave people alone sometimes, but it's how I'm wired, right? So I just said, "How are you? Like, how are you? How is the like how is everything going?" And she said, when this thing happened, I remembered your story. I
Stop.
remembered how you said you dealt with insecurities and how you were breastfeeding and in postpartum mode, and your husband was just like blowing up, and how you had a come to Jesus moment and all of that. She said, I remember this. And I was just like, thank you, Lord, because these stories that I write sometimes, yeah, on my own, I may not write them, but I'm a
You're
woman
all right.
under
You're right. You're
authority.
right. You're right.
And so if it's one person who the story helps, I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. So she said, no, like there's no envy at all. I'm good. Everything is fine. I've dealt with it. And then she said, I know that I can talk to you, because I was like, okay, like I'm really happy. I was actually happy. I was actually happy because this thing, and that whole spousal envy thing that I wrote about that they nearly cut my head for, it's actually a thing. It's actually a thing. People do get envious of their spouses. People don't know how to deal with the emotions they're feeling when the person that you were with just like that before is now up there and you are still here. They don't know how to deal with it. And yes, I'll just say be inspired.
So there's a scripture that I love, and it says, "Iron sharpeneth iron." So a man will sharpen the countenance of his friend. In this regard, his spouse, right? And you're together in the marriage union to build each other up. Like if you're not building your spouse up, who are you really building? Like that's your first assignment as a married person, is to build your spouse. And we believe that when you're both building each other up, there's success. And
Absolutely.
even when one person seems to be farther along than the other person, what you need to do at that point is to support and fan the flame of your spouse. And in due time, your season of increase will also come, and you also will be fanned and will be supported and be blessed.
Absolutely. And I like that word seasons, because there are seasons to just focus on one person, which you had talked about earlier, actually, thinking about it. There are seasons where, okay, you know what, it's daddy's time now. It's the husband's time now. This is not the time. This is the time for all of us to put all our resources and our energy towards that. Oh, yeah, daddy, go up. Or it's mommy's time now, and mommy is about to be appointed as XYZ somewhere. It's not the time for the husband to be saying, some this one, that one, all of that. It's like, okay, your mom is vying for this position. How are we supporting her? How are we backing her up? Who do we need to call? Who do we need to talk to? Where do we need to pray?
And you know, sometimes in cases where, for example, special cases where there's a childbirth and a spouse's career is put on hold just to dedicate time and resources to raising kids, you know, men should be more understanding in times like this, and not rub it in the face of your spouse that, oh, you're stay-at-home mom, or, you know, and your career is growing at this moment. I don't think anybody will say that. No, I mean, in your attitude, really. It's a time for you to be more understanding and supportive of your spouse, right?
And women, it is the time to pause and enjoy that pause. Enjoy that moment of bonding with the life that you just brought forth. Enjoy that moment. Get all the help, all the spoiling you can get in that season. Just enjoy it. It's not the time to be fighting and be angry that somebody left you at home, somebody did, somebody. I really, really hope this encourages at least one woman, okay? I really hope it encourages you. Enjoy that moment. Bond with your child. Enjoy the help of your mom or mother-in-law, friends who are coming around. Make demands. That's the time to make demands. You want Tozo.
or you're in a season where you've maybe jackpot somewhere, and for a time you're not able to work because there's some sort of shift in season. You know, couples have that experience where you've traveled or you've changed location, and for the time being one person is working and the other person isn't, and it does feel like this person's career is flying and yours is lagging. And you know, these are just seasons, and the seasons will pass and things will turn around. in due time.
Use
So
your
be
season
patient with your
well.
process. Enjoy your season while it lasts. And before you know it, it'll be your turn to shine.
Hey, man of God. Love it, love it, love
Right.
it. I don't like that I said tozo. Like, why is the food that came to mind?
Excuse me.
Ask for shares, ask for investments. Yeah, ask for stuff. That's a good time to ask. We love you and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.